What are you going to remember most now that, if you look back on your career, your time as a Gamecock?
Probably that Final Four run is going to be marking my memory forever, and just how awesome like it was to just get there like every week and like working, coming back after like every round and like practicing. It was fun to like get back on campus and like see how people were just reacting to our success.
What do you want people to remember most about you 10, 15 years from now when Gamecock fans remember the career of Chris Silva? What do you want people to remember most?
Probably the way I was playing the game, try to play hard and give everything I got, play with passion.
Mm-hmm. What did you learn most about yourself? Obviously, your journey has been well documented. What did you learn about your own self during your time in Columbia?
Basically, I learned to grow as a man. I came here as a kid, obviously at age 18. So straight out of high school the day after my graduation. So, the time I spent here, I learned to grow as a man, conduct myself as a man, and hold myself accountable every day.
People talk about your relationship with Frank a lot, and I forget which coach it was who said that you're like, it was a visiting coach, I think an SEC coach, was like, yeah, he's like his son. He's like exactly like him. Their personalities like are perfect. What is it about your personality and Frank's personality that you think someone would say something like that? How is it so similar?
I just think we can't relate the way we approach things. Every day in practice, you come ready to go, excited, and like I try to feed off him, and like the way I approach practice, I think know where I'm come from. I can't take any days for granted, so I gotta give everything I got, and just happen to be like a little bit like.
So what is it like playing for Frank?
It's hard, but at the same time, it's like enjoyable because as a game type, he lets you like have freedom. He just lets you like hoop, but at the same time, like he don't let you get casual. So he makes sure that everything you do is hard. That you give everything you got every day. So that's what makes it like so special because honestly, I could go anywhere in the country and like the coach could like say, "Ah, you're good today," and like tomorrow let me be, and like I become lazy, and over the years I just like I don't think the same result that happened here will happen anywhere else. So I think like the way he pushes me is the most special thing about this.
You've talked about him helping you as a player, but how about off the court? How did he help you, especially in that regard? How did he help you grow as a man and as a person?
Basically, like holding things accountable, like on the class and stuff. I'm in class. Whenever I got something to do, is always like be on time and like be respectful of your environment, like things like that. Not that I was like bad at it.
Right.
It just meant like kept me level-headed in terms of like respecting everybody around me.
Your first basket as a Gamecock, do you remember it?
First basket as a Gamecock.
I have. So it was against Norfolk State, and I think it was on an alley-oop from PJ.
Oh, I do remember that. I didn't think that was my first basket though.
I think so.
Yeah, I always will remember that. That was funny.
What do you remember about that?
I don't know if it was a turnover or like a steal. I think it was a steal. I think I stole the ball, and like I was in fast break, and PJ was ahead of me, and I passed him the ball, and like we just made eye contact, and he just threw it up, and I dunked it, and we was like, whoa, we got. Like, because we was freshmen,
yeah.
He was like, whoa, we might come out the game because we just kept playing. It was just funny. I always remember that.
Duke in Greenville, you kind of mentioned that, of course, as being your top memory. When you think about that, what are the emotions that come to you? What do you remember most?
The whole thing.
Yeah.
I remember like walking in the gym. I remember from like leaving the hotel and like we was relaxed and like being in the bus, like everybody was listening, had headphones on, listening to some music, getting ready.
What were you listening to?
I think I was listening to Bob Marley, and like I remember too, like on the way there we saw like Spike Lee like doing something like on the street of New York, and like we got to the gym, and all of a sudden like we felt like a tension, like yo, we was, like, and we like alright, like let's get it, and like it was just like kind of nervous. It was like everybody was nervous, but like nobody was scared, and like coach just like walked in the room and like gave us a speech about how we could never play in the game like this, and can we break the ice for him. It was just an emotional speech, and we just like all was excited. Walking, went to the court, warmed up, and like for the first time, we was like wasn't making any shot. Like for some reason, like anything we was shooting couldn't go in. So like we could make a couple layups, but like jump shot we couldn't. And like at halftime, we still was like, I think we was down 7, and like we just went in the locker room, and like we just looked at each other and was like, yo, we didn't make any shots, and we still in the game.
It had to be better in the second half.
Yeah, and like it was like our defense is saving us, and we was like, all right, coach stepped in and like started talking about like, I give y'all credit, your defense is alright, but like we gotta make some shot if you want to win the game. And like he was like, can y'all make some shot for me? And we was like, all right. We went to the court, and we start turning up. Like everybody was making shots, and it was just crazy. But like the time, like it was like 5 minutes left. We was like, oh, we about to win this. And it was crazy, and like we just locked in, and like by the minute we started getting really excited. Like we was starting to show like yo, we about to win, and coach was like, yo, calm down, the game is not over and all that. And like when the game was over, Sin just threw the ball up in the air, and like we all ran to the fan, and like it was like chanting. And like after that, I looked over, I think, because I think when the game was over, we ran to the fan, and we still had to like handshake the other team. Yeah. So when I walked, we handshake the other team. And like after coach, because coach was the first one, after he did it, he was like in the forward basket. He was just so long, like happy. So I just ran to him and just hugged him. He was funny.
Oh, the last second of the game, when the Felipe's full court pass.
That was crazy.
What do you remember most from that one?
I remember a timeout called by coach, and like we was running. So we were supposed to run a play where I set the back screen and go to the basket, and the shot would be for like a signing going to the left side or to me. The last option was to the basket. Yeah. And Mike was supposed to make the pass, but Mike was like shoulder was hurting, so he said I don't think I can extend all the way. And Felipe, coach, said, all right, come on, Felipe, get him. And we start walking away to do the play. And Felipe was like, yo, he just grabbed me and was like, yo, I'm looking at you. I'm not looking anywhere else. I don't pass the shot. I'm just going to look at you and throw it. Yeah. I was like, okay, but like, if I'm not open, they're probably going to try to double me. Yeah. So try to look at Sonny. At least it was like, I'm looking at you. I'm like, okay. So we run the play, and like a Sonny go, and I see Felipe looking at me. And I'm like, oh, he about to throw it. So I was like, I shook his head like, throw it. Hey, dude. And like, honestly, I thought they was gonna like catch the ball, but like the ball went like right off his finger. I was like, oh, I'm gonna turn around and dunked it. I was, oh my God, it was crazy.
How different is where you came from to Columbia, South Carolina?
It's way different. It's so different. You don't even know. The only thing that's a little bit similar is like the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot back home, so it's similar. But every other thing are different.
So I know you went back after your sophomore year to visit back home.
Yeah.
What was that like? I know I read your letter to yourself. Well, what was that visit like back home?
It was crazy, man. I spent like 5 years without seeing my family, and like to actually go out to the Final Four, it was just emotional. From the time I landed, like my sister picked me up to like see my family, my cousins, my friends, and all that. It was just crazy. It was amazing, and I enjoyed the full experience so much that like it felt like a day.
So that story about you saying, obviously you didn't know too much English, and when you said, "Coach, I want to go to the NBA," is that a true story? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
what do you remember? What do you remember about that and going over the bridge and saying that?
It was just crazy, you know. My coach that recruited me and sent me over here told me that I had to learn English before I came here, so I was trying my best to learn English. But
How'd you do that? Watch American TV or?
yeah, basically translating. I was doing like homework from my English class, translating English back to French and French to English.
Okay.
So basically, that's how I learned. But like the most crazy part was like when I took my first stop to like Addis Ababa, they were speaking English, and I didn't know where to go. I just followed like luckily there was a kid that was going to Dallas,
Yeah.
and like so I was following him, hoping he was in the same place, and he was.
There
So
you go.
he got me to the next man because I was following him, and so I decided to stick with him, and like we got to know each other, and like
You still talk? Do you still stay in contact or know
it
who that
was
is
really
at all?
random. Like
Okay.
I didn't have a phone, so
Okay.
I followed him, went and sit next to him just to see if he, like, it's strange that he was speaking English, no French, but like knew a little bit English. So when we got to Washington, the airport was so big, and like you had to take trains to like to go to my gig. So I asked him like when we got off the plane, I asked him like, "Do you know where my gig is?" So he had I think one of his siblings or his uncle or somebody that picked him up at Washington. So they dropped me off on my gig, and like they went to the gig, and that's how that happened.
Now that the NBA is here, I mean, can you believe it? All that time that you mentioned, 5 years away from home. What is it like that it's here now?
It's crazy. It's like from whenever I can remember to now, I always had a dream to play in the NBA and like get drafted. And all I could see in that dream was like how emotional I would be like on draft day, seeing them hear my name get called, and like people back home that didn't believe in me and all that. It's just a wild dream, and now it's right here, like getting ready to happen. I don't know, like it's scary, and like at the same time it's like crazy.